Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
Hello.
I will poop in a urinal.
I love that made the new opening video.
I didn't even hear it the first time I listened to it.
Oh, that is funny. Guys, welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm your host, Blake. I'm joined, as always, tonight. I got my dude, Ryan, and my boy, Keith. What's up, fellas?
Yo.
It is a new year. We had a big weekend. We had an awful night last evening. I want to go ahead and start the show off with just saying, guys, please continue to have thoughts and prayers for Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills. If you're not aware, you probably should turn a TV on or open a phone book. I mean, my wife said it was all over her TikTok today, and she's a dog person. So Damar Hamlin
Like a werewolf?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, she's into me, and I'm hairy, so maybe. Maybe. He's at University of Cincinnati Medical Center. As of last night, he was 100% breathing through a ventilator. I believe the last
as
report,
of right now,
he's at 50%. I believe
50%.
Yeah, that was the last update we got. Yep. So not out of the woods yet. Cautiously optimistic. I'm assuming he's probably done playing football. 9 minutes of CPR. You got to think brain damage, and
So I read a little more about the whole thing.
Okay.
And the fact that they started CPR, not the fact that they did it for 9 minutes, the fact that they started it within 30 seconds, 40 seconds, CPR on him, and then used the defibrillator. So the injury that he got, I don't remember how to pronounce it, but basically he was hit at the right spot at the right time where it caused a ventricular tachycardia, which is when the bottom half of your heart goes at a way faster rate than the top half. Obviously, you're going to have some problems there.
Sure.
The defibrillator that they brought out was just to help shock the rhythm of his heart back, and that's why it took for a while, because his heart was still pumping, and they were manually compressing his heart to work in the normal rhythm. It on its own was not still beating at the same rate it should.
That is interesting.
And then when he was intubated on the way to the hospital, when they were saying that he wasn't breathing on his own, that was, I guess, and again, I've read it. It could be wrong, but it wasn't so much as like he couldn't breathe. It was that like they wanted to make sure he was getting the optimal breath intake and stuff, and then.
Well, regardless, hopefully better news, and hopefully he makes a full recovery.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a lot of time still.
Yeah.
He's in the first 48 hours of a massive heart injury.
Yep.
And who knows? Like, this is all just what we have read and heard online. You don't actually know.
Yep.
Maybe he did need CPR for 9 minutes, and in that case, he does not have a good prognosis.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something bad, and I was like, no, don't do it, Ryan. Yeah, we don't need to be Skip.
I started, and I stopped myself.
So, yeah, I mean, guys, like I said, just continue your thoughts and prayers for him and the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals organization. NFL has not said what they're doing with that game. They said it will not be made up this week. So that'll be interesting to see how that ends up playing out. I mean, not only for fantasy implications, real playoff implications.
Right.
I mean, you got to think FanDuel, DraftKings, like same game parlays, all that stuff. Like, there's a ton of.
I would assume that it affected, like this game is affecting over $1 billion in just
I would agree with you.
revenue. Not even so much revenue of just
Mhm.
like gambling and betting and fantasy, which is fucking long-term betting. We all know what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, and I guess I have to. I mean, even when you put it like that, Ryan, I have to applaud the humanity side of it, right? Like that's a lot of money, and everyone's like,
Mhm.
nobody cares right now.
Yeah,
Like,
well, there's
nobody
very
cares.
few people that are caring online,
Well,
and they are quickly getting shouted down as they should.
yeah, and we're not going to even mention their names on this show because we're not giving them any credit for
You
being
already
horrible.
did.
You already did.
Skip. You
I-
opened the skip box.
I think what Skip was trying to say, he didn't articulate correctly what he was trying to say.
I get what he was trying to say.
And I think
I get it.
there's already Skip already has a big cancel culture behind him, right? Like people don't like him. So if he says anything that's even borderline, I don't think he meant anything bad by it. I mean, did you watch his
No.
He did apologize this morning, and I mean
saw.
it that's heartfelt. Like he didn't intend on offending anybody. He didn't intend on doing, and like I appreciate that for him. Like
Mhm.
we on this show talked about it last week how those guys, we had a question from some guy on Twitch Twitch that basically was like, well, how come sports medias can never admit they're wrong? Like he openly admitted he was wrong and he apologized. So I applaud him for that. Yeah, for once. Hey, once is better than none, right?
That's true. That's true.
Kind of a weird way to say that, but all right, let's get into the rest of the headlines for the week. We've got NFL. We had college football playoffs. We had college bowls happen. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go college and then NFL?
Well, we're already talking about the NFL, and while it's the end of the season coming up this week through NFL, college, like it's bowl season. It's Super Bowl season a bunch of times over. Let's end the show with college because there was some
I like it.
Fucking fantastic games.
Yeah, there were some good games this weekend. Okay, so Dolphins fall in New England 21-23. Dolphins may not make the playoffs now.
Oh,
don't even put that smug fucking look on your face. You know what I can pretty much guarantee?
They might not.
Anytime that Teddy Bridgewater starts for the Miami Dolphins, he's gonna get fucking hurt.
Yeah, it's already happened.
The worst
twice.
That dude's the worst fucking fantasy pickup for a backup I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep, it was dumb. It was a dumb pickup for me.
Yeah, and me.
I started
I still won though.
I started him in a 2 QB league. 1 QB was, I don't remember what one of them was, but I started him over Deshaun Watson, who finally had a good game.
I beat Keith's brother with Brock Purdy and fucking Teddy Two Glove Bridgewater for third place.
It's not bad.
Thank you, Austin Eckler and Devontae Adams.
Paying attention.
Freaking Eckler and Adams went off.
And Mike
they
Evans.
both had big days. Yeah,
Mike Evans had a huge day for himself.
That Tom Brady video was hilarious.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh.
I sent it to the group chat.
The Rebellion group chat.
What was it?
It just saying
basically it's like, if you bench Mike Evans, he's the GOAT or something.
Don't you feel stupid?
Oh God.
Let me see if we could show that, I think, because it's public.
Hmm?
Yeah, we could show that.
I mean, it was on Tom's Twitter or TikTok or something. I don't remember.
Sorry, guys, for watching. I'm trying to find this video so we can show you.
You're good.
The what?
The Lions beat up on the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
What you guys?
Justin Fields is only yards away from the all-time record.
The dude had 100 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't have very
At one
many in the
point-
second.
No, and at one point
the
Detroit was
third.
like, "Fuck this! We're not gonna rush anybody. We're just gonna
Right.
literally drop all 3 defensive linemen and make Justin beat us with his arm."
Well, it turns out when you have an offensive line like the Bears have currently, you don't need to rush anybody extra
Yeah,
than the
no
3
shit.
that you have up front.
Yeah, no shit. Bears Tankathon continues though. Good for us.
Tankathon continues. We're locked up. I think now we're guaranteed a top 4 pick.
Is that what it is?
How it works out. Still a chance. Vikings are playing starters on Sunday.
They still have
Good,
stuff to play
good.
for.
They still have something to play for, exactly.
You're
And
welcome.
Houston,
You
maybe
never know.
Indy's not that good. Indy's not that good. And
That's
I'm
gonna be
sure,
like 2 teams that are gonna be trying to lose though.
Yeah. I don't know. So the way I look at it is both of those coaches are coaching for their future.
I don't think Jeff
So-
Saturday gets the job.
Do you think Jeff Saturday has a
regardless.
future?
In life,
I mean, in life.
I don't know. He might. I mean, the fucking owner.
Who, Austin? Hold on. So Austin, who? Is there anyone up that high in the draft that's actually worthwhile for them, or do they try to trade the pick? Who are you talking about? Indy or Houston? I think
Or the
either of them
Bears.
would take CJ or Bryce. Or the Bears, yeah. Bears, no,
I
we
mean,
we definitely want
the
to
Bears.
trade
I
back.
mean, if we pick 2 where we're at right now, yeah, if we pick 2, then we could trade back, which is what. Okay, he was talking about
the Bears, yeah.
If we pick 2, we could trade back. Is what I want. I want somebody to give us a haul for that number 2 pick. But if
Mhm.
not, I mean, we need rushers. We're like the worst rushing team, like worst defensive rushing team in the league, and I would love to go after Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, or even Miles Murphy.
It's those 2 are trade back for me. It's
Right?
not even a contest.
It's 1A, 1B, and 1C for me as trade back.
And I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If we're trading, I mean, unless we're trading like I was trolling Rick the other day in the group chat, but I was like, okay, you send us and your first round, and we'll send you our first round. Like, unless we're getting like a big impact player like a DK Metcalf or like a DeForest Buckner, like I don't think this is going to be just a swap, a 1-to-1. I think this is going to be, we're going to get a player like you said. I think you said this last go, Ryan, that we need an player in this trade, right?
Yeah, we've got to find like
So-
a generational talent in this. I'm just going through and looking right now too at some mock draft
Yeah.
trades,
Mhm.
and I really like one I saw. But go ahead and finish your point.
I don't think, like I said, my point was that this is not going to be a 1-for-1. Like, we're not going to trade 2 to 5. We're not going to force some picks. Like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to get a player at 5 that we like, and we're going to get DeForest Buckner or something along those lines. But I think an organization like Indianapolis has to overpay at this point to kind of save, and Jim owner that'll do it, right? Like, he'll overpay if he thinks CJ Stroud is the guy or Bryce Young is his guy and he's got an opportunity. He's gonna jump at that all day, I'd assume.
Who do you think is number 1 overall now after this last weekend?
CJ looked really good.
Yeah, but so did Bryce.
So did Bryce.
He looked really good.
Like,
But
Bryce
anyways,
looked
either way,
phenomenal.
it's a fantastic position for the Bears to be in, potentially picking 2.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So some of the trades I've seen right now, this one gave me a little bit of a chubby. Whew. Seahawks get pick 2, Bears get pick 3, 12, and 80. Which, like, that, yeah, all day. all day.
So is Seattle would trade him for quarterback?
They're trading up one to get CJ Stroud, is what that has.
Geno Smith isn't the answer, the long-term answer in Seattle.
No.
Agreed. And he's kind of fallen off. He's not even my MVP. Like he's
But,
kind
like,
of fallen off.
If I'm the Seahawks, like I'm not trading up for CJ Stroud. I'm trading up to bolster my defense. And
Who
I'm
would trade up
rolling
one
with
spot
Geno
to get
for
a quarterback?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck.
Who would draft Jordan Love?
The fuck with this shit? The fuck you think, Keith?
Yeah, you've been
Keith's like, I'm gonna
banished.
sit here and try my coke.
He knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Yep, he sure did. He sure
But,
did.
like,
As soon as it came out of his mouth.
You know, there's no hype around Stroud or Bryce as much as there have been in past drafts. You know, the Fields Lawrence draft, ton of quarterback hype. This one, it doesn't feel like it's a heavy quarterback draft, but you've got the first two guys going in most drafts as quarterbacks. But yeah, I don't see the Seahawks making a trade to move up. Geno Smith isn't the long-term answer, but I think they've got a year or two.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think if one of those guys were to fall to them, then I could see them taking. But I agree with you. I don't think they trade up for him.
No.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Like, I don't believe that they trade up for one of those guys.
Give us one more of those and we'll move on from the Bears since we're not a Bears show, we're a sports show.
Oh, well, let's just move on. I already exited.
Saints beat Philly there in Philly 20-10.
It's a surprise to me.
That is
I
a
called
surprise.
Philly.
I thought even a Minshew-led Philly team would still beat New Orleans.
Nope.
They came out dead.
Does that help or Jalen Hurts in the MVP candidacy?
I think anytime you miss a game as a quarterback, that's going to hurt you, even though it's showing how valuable you are to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's out of the race now. I think it's most likely going to be Mahomes.
Yeah, I think you're right. Giants lock up playoffs. Is that right? Giants clinch?
Yes, sir.
They're beating the Colts 38-10 there in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Dable, first year, is Daniel fucking Jones to the playoffs.
It's fucking clown world out there.
Right? Like.
By the way, Daniel Jones was the number one rusher in that game. 11 carries for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And they were designed.
Always take the over with him. Always take the over with Daniel Jones. So, because they didn't give him that 5th year, right?
They did not.
So
they're looking at contracts for both him and Saquon.
Yeah, I would say probably like a 3 or 4 year deal for Daniel Jones, wouldn't you say? Because he's not going to reset. That? Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think he's in a Kirk Cousins type seat. You know, he's hitting free agency, having the best career year of his life.
Yeah, but was it him or Dable?
Who cares? At the end of the day, you know, the dude slung it.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think he's going to get a Kirk Cousin type deal, which was ridiculous.
Panthers beat the Bucks. Sorry. Panthers lose to Tampa Tom and the Bucks. Yep.
I was like, whoa, what?
I don't know why. I literally read that and I read and I was like, that's wrong. And it took me a couple seconds to process it. Tampa Tom comes back 24-30. And they clinched the playoffs, right? They clinched the South, yes?
Yep.
They clinched the South, yeah.
Yep. They are officially 8-8. but they are getting hot and looking good at the right time, which is always scary.
Chiefs beat the Broncos 27-24.
Closer than I thought.
Yeah, much closer.
Much closer. Although I said that the other day. First game after Hackett gets fired. They played him tough the first time.
Did you see that pick Wilson threw?
Oh, which one?
The one where he's like standing, like people around his feet, and he threw it up into
Oh,
man's
yeah.
land.
Yeah.
That actually didn't end up counting because there was a flag on the defense.
Right.
And I agreed, Austin. That's
Dumb.
very
Yeah,
true.
same.
Both teams are gonna. I mean, both the teams or the players' teams are gonna use it to their best interest for sure.
Like statistically, he hasn't had that crazy of a season. It's like 3,200 yards, good
Right.
completion, good touchdown. But there's the running ability and the fact that he's, now a playoff quarterback. And let's just hope he doesn't do any Pizza Ranch commercials.
No shit.
Like Kirk Cousins.
So can somebody tell me why the hell the Commanders started Carson Wentz and not Heineke? Is Heineke hurt?
I have no idea. Why wouldn't you start Sam Howell? Isn't he healthy?
Yeah.
Throw Sam
Well,
Howell
yeah,
out there.
that's
You
true,
just drafted him. Dude was going to be, a year and a half ago? He was the number one quarterback prospect last year.
Yeah.
Where'd they get him? In like 6th?
Yeah. They fall to the
somewhere
Browns
below.
at home 24-10. I don't understand why you
go
go
Brownies.
Carson Wentz.
Go Brownies.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I'm literally sick to my stomach because of it.
I love brownies.
I do love brownies.
I got high for the first time right during this show in
Right during
4 days. So I could go for some brownies. I ate some buffalo chicken right before we jumped on.
Ooh, I was hopeful. I held off for dinner as long as I could. We went to grocery shopping today, and I was like, all right, babe, you got all your stuff for buffalo chicken dip. Like, is that what you're making? And I kept holding off. I was like, fuck, it's like 9:30. I got to eat before the show.
She's not.
So I went ramen. Maybe chicken dip this week.
What kind of ramen? You a beef guy?
Just the
You a chicken guy?
Just the chicken.
You a creamy chicken? Regular chicken.
What?
Never had the creamy chicken?
No, I just eat the
Ooh.
regular cheap ass ramen, bro.
Dude, it's the same price.
It's same price. And it's just creamy chicken.
Try the creamy chicken. I'm telling
They
you.
have it at Aldi?
Maybe.
They got everything at Aldi.
No, they don't. I was there.
My
today.
wife
They
got
do
a
not have everything at
Minecraft.
Aldi.
My wife got a Minecraft advent calendar at Aldi.
Well, that's good because I couldn't get fucking eggs today at Aldi.
You
So,
can't get eggs anywhere.
oh, that's true too.
Is it just
Chickens
me or
aren't
it's like
putting out.
frozen?
Oh yeah, no,
What?
he's frozen.
Okay.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a potato.
Oh, that's no fun. Huh? It's this new rental Wi-Fi.
Uh-huh.
He was touting his new internet. Ooh, I got gig
Yeah.
speeds.
No, I thought she had charter. She's got AT&T. Fail.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm like,
Well, AT&T.
why?
That's what I got.
She's getting like 20 meg download instead of
It's
charter, which is getting
DSL.
fucking
Oh, it's
400
DSL.
here. It's dog shit.
You
I
guys
fiber
have
optics.
Uvers, like fiber, right?
I have fiber, yeah.
How the fuck does your neighborhood have that and I don't? I'm
It
off
just got
I'm
installed.
off the main street.
It just got installed early this year or early
That's-
2022.
I get 900 from Comcast.
That's solid. That's solid.
Yeah.
49ers beat the Raiders in overtime 37-34. Stidham actually didn't look bad.
Stidham looked good. No, he did not look bad. He looked good.
He looked damn good.
Got the ball to Devontae Adams a
365
lot, which I
yards
like.
and 3 touchdowns.
All the Adams.
Yeah.
So, yes, it was. Is Derek Carr going to be the next quarterback of the Tennessee Titans or the Indianapolis Colts?
Oh, he's destined to be a Colt. If they don't trade up and draft, which I'm not even sure they will for a quarterback. Yeah, he's destined to be a Colt.
What about Houston?
He is destined to be a Colt.
Do you think
It just makes sense.
The Texans are taking a quarterback.
Yeah, Texans are going for Bryce.
So where's Devontae Adams going?
Well, he's still under contract in the Raiders, so
Right, but I mean, for how long?
as long as the Raiders want to keep him,
I think
or
they
until
deal
his
him.
contract
I think they
runs
deal
out,
him.
would you trade back from 2 for Devontae Adams?
To what, 6? Yes.
Are they 6th?
Right around there.
Pulling it up right now. 7 or 8. Would you go from 2 to 8 for Devontae Adams? Or would you just give up your 2nd for Devontae?
No. I need a player that I know is going to be an impact player and that pick. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm going to ask for that all day long, because if not, I'm going to take Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Like,
they are sitting in a
1A,
very
1B spot for me.
They're in a very good position where like they're in it's a perfect setup for them in the draft, and I'm just super nervous about it. Can't wait for the draft to get here. But they don't need a quarterback. They're picking high. All right.
Do you think we'll get high before
Yeah, probably. It's legal in Illinois.
And Missouri now too.
Yeah. I think is it illegal in Tennessee? Isn't it in Nashville this year? Anyways.
I don't know.
So they don't need a quarterback, which is huge picking that high. Defensive tackle, like anything along the defensive line this year is pretty like stacked.
Mm-hmm.
So they can miss out on that if need be. You know, they've got all the money in the world to work with. And then you've got teams out there that have multiple picks in the first round that need a quarterback.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. All day long, if I'm Poles, I'm drawing the line in the sand. I'm saying you're giving me an impact player that I know is going to start, going to be good.
Picking in the first.
Yep, and I'm taking in the first. Yep, I don't disagree. Jets fall to the Seahawks 6. They're in Seattle. Seahawks have the playoff hopes alive.
They need some help.
Hanging by a thread.
Oh, sorry, dude. Kicking my dog in the face. Okay, so we've got a couple of teams, right? Because the Packers won this weekend 41-17 over the Vikings. But there's a couple of teams, right? That like, what's the pecking order? Like, if they win.
Okay, so Packers win. Packers are in.
They control their destiny.
They control their destiny.
Okay.
Seahawks win, and Detroit wins. Seahawks gets the spot.
Okay.
Detroit.
So the Packers could lose or could win and still not get in the playoffs.
No, the Packers win and they're in.
They're in
because the Commanders lost last week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We needed this week either Washington to lose one game, either this week or next week, or New York to lose both games.
Gotcha.
Fucking Commanders.
Packers control their own destiny. Win and they're in.
Okay. So
Detroit,
Seattle.
Detroit needs Seattle to lose, and then to win to make the playoffs. So
Detroit is playing who?
Green Bay.
The Packers.
Mm-hmm. So Detroit, who's been putting some numbers up, they could get into the playoffs and eliminate the Packers in one game.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, because Seattle's game will be done.
Yep, because we have the Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the Lions go into that game knowing they're playing spoiler
or a spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
They got a lot of they got a lot of kneecaps to chew on.
From what I hear,
It's a
there's
lot
not
of-
much else to chew on in that fucking stadium.
No, it's all.
Keep
that food.
talking, guys. That's fine. Keep talking.
I've been there and I've had the food.
I'm not talking about the food. I
Accurate.
know you hated the food.
Accurate.
The food that you got was disgusting.
It was awful.
It had no flavor.
I'm
At all.
pissed. I'm still
was
mad.
so
I will go to
bad.
my grave mad.
Ryan
This
said
is
he's
why
never
I
going
hate the
back.
Packers now. It's not because I was born into it. It's because I paid $40 fucking for terrible food.
I'm sorry.
Terrible.
You know what
food.
team's never done
Terrible,
that for me?
Sunday night game.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So I said, you know what team has never done that to
I
me?
heard what you said. What did Blake say?
So it's something about a Sunday night game.
Speaking of
Last game of the season,
awful, terrible
potentially.
games.
It's not.
No. I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, get the fuck
Austin.
out of here, Keith. Austin.
That was Austin. What the fuck did I do?
Whatever your fucking Packers
But-
loving name is.
You want to
Hey, Austin,
talk about the fraudulent Vikings?
Did you order your Packer yet?
Mm.
I think they are fakes.
the fraudulent Vikings who could have got the 1 seed potentially,
Yep.
and they can't beat the
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
the 7 and 8 Green Bay Packers. You can't go into a division opponent and beat them.
Oh,
Because
not
you're
only
also-
can you not beat them, you get fucking
You get-
embarrassed by them.
Because you scored 14 points on our backups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the fourth quarter, when you scored your 14, we had backups in. And we gave the recipe to stop Justin Jefferson. What did we do? We punched him in the face.
Yep.
Every play. We punched him
Never
in the
been
face.
hit like
We don't
No.
really talk about the UFC on this show. Chill.
that.
I mean, if you watch the game, Jair Alexander was in his face, hitting him at the line every time.
Yep.
No
Well,
catch.
yeah, you can't give a guy like fucking Jefferson any sort of breathing room, right?
Yeah, because we saw what happened when they played week 1.
hmm
We gave him all the breathing room in the world.
I will say this on record. Let me clear my throat. What Jair Alexander did over Justin Jefferson's sad body will forever be one of my favorite things I have ever seen. That dance, the gritty, is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen.
Yeah. I loved it.
It was
I'm
great. It was
I'm
great.
so sick of the gritty. I'm so over it. It's everywhere.
Well, you don't have to watch it this week because you guys don't have to play him. So let's switch gears to college football before we get out of here. Bowl games are mostly done, right? Yeah, they're all done actually, except for the national championship on Monday.
Yep,
Yes.
that is the end of the season.
Georgia and TCU, the Horny
TCU.
Frog.
They came out of nowhere.
What a game!
Yeah.
Well, really, 2 games, right? Like those were both really good football games.
Should have taken the over.
Should have taken the over.
Should
on
have
both.
taken the over.
Jesus Christ.
Should have taken the over on both.
So yeah, first game, TCU 51, Michigan 45.
Yeah.
Man, just score.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Well, when it turned into sort of like that shootout, I thought TCU had the advantage in that point. At that point, that's Big 12 football. If you look at Big 12 football, that's what they do. Is it's just shootouts. So as soon as it
never heard of it.
never heard of her. You know, so as soon as I saw Michigan struggling to stop TCU's offense, I was like, ooh, fuck. But Michigan came back. They made it a good game.
It got out of hand early. It was 21-0
Mm-hmm.
at one point, or 29 or 21-6 or something. But
Yeah.
they made some adjustments. Scored 24 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Just so nuts.
What NFL team is Harbaugh
44
coaching next year?
points. 44 points was scored in one quarter in college football. Also, he's going to the Panthers.
I don't
You
think
think so?
he leaves Michigan this year.
He's going to Carolina. He was spotted in discussion with, was it David Tepper, the guy that owns the Panthers? Is that his
Oh,
name?
really?
Yeah.
I don't think he leaves yet. There's not a.
I don't think the Panthers are the team that he comes back for, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
think
there's
it's
a
Indy.
team. I don't think there's a team right now that you would want to come in for. Like, because the glamorous job would have been LA, the Chargers.
Or San Francisco.
But Shanahan's not
I don't
going anywhere.
think I kind of like what Blake said. I don't think that he's wanting to go to LA. I don't think he's that kind of coach.
He's a Midwest dude.
He's a Midwest dude. I think he's going
Jim
to
Irsay says, "Hey,
yeah,
you've had Michigan and Indianapolis
just
2
come
years
over
in
the
a
fucking
row.
border, bud.
Just come
right
play
over the
here.
border.
Make this your home stadium. You're pretty much home anyways, dude."
But does he want to go rebuild NFL's
Why not?
with no quarterback?
They're gonna have the number 2 draft pick. I mean, think about it.
He takes a Wolverine.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Indy's a solid, but he's that Midwest type of guy. You come in, you get a quarterback. That is true. He did go to a quarterback with Kaepernick, according to Austin.
He beat the Packers with no quarterback. Choke.
That's like that meme. It was like, "Don't worry, guys. Aaron Rodgers is getting in his playoff run ready to lose to the 49ers in the playoffs."
Gosh.
Hey, you know the last time Aaron Rodgers threw 11 interceptions?
When?
2010.
What happened then? Nobody fucking cares.
Okay, Dwayne.
Dwayne? Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
People's elbow, bitches.
I've got Keith muted. He's in temporary timeout. Oh, you can unmute yourself.
I can unmute myself.
But you can't bring yourself back in. So nice try.
I got kicked twice.
We'll leave the TCU Georgia predictions for Friday because we'll talk about that with Rick and Danny. I think Rob is joining us back on Friday night. So that'll be exciting to have him back. We'll have a full crew again.
Mm-hmm.
Full crew. Any that Mississippi State game, huh? Was that a pick six at the end, or was that a scoop and score?
Scoop and score.
Scoop and score.
Scoop and score.
Let's swallow candy.
You just swallow, baby. We're just gonna screen. All right, so
he's talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Keith, that's who Austin is talking about.
I know he's talking about.
Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I know one of the owners.
You should file a complaint with the owners.
You should just suck for 20 years, Keith.
Nah.
So other notable, I guess, bowl games. Alabama beats Kansas State 45-20. Bryce Young, like we said, looked really good in that game. It looked like they were just pretty much scoring at will whenever they wanted.
How about that LSU game?
LSU ran up the fucking score on Purdue, 63-7. Honestly,
insane.
There's a lot of games in bowls where I'm like, oh, this might be a good. Why are you putting LSU at 17 versus Purdue? Like, get out of here. Like, I want competitive games. How about
could have been more competitive, but
who?
Tulane upsetting USC. 46-45.
That had a crazy ending too, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yes. 46
Got a
45.
safety with like what, a minute and a half left in the game, minute 45 left in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then got the ball and scored with 8 seconds left.
Damn.
Poor USC fans. It happened to them in the Pac-12 championship for them not to go to the playoff, and then it happened
Talk
again.
about choking. Like,
Yeah.
Got
Yes,
the
they
Heisman
did. Yes.
winner, and you choke.
Some
Tulane had that super hot fan.
Mooney was super pumped about the Tulane game.
Yes, he was.
Rightfully
and then
so.
Georgia and Ohio State. I think that was probably one of my favorite games to watch.
That game was a lot of fun.
It was
Kirby
a very
Smart
good game.
just outcoached Ryan Day.
Yeah,
That
And I don't mean
timeout
that in a bad way.
was brilliant.
that
Oh
was.
my
Oh yeah,
God.
it was the best timeout.
Like,
I could have.
On the fake punt.
Yeah,
the timeout there, the timeout to ice the kicker, so you don't let the kicker get the kick off.
mm-hmm.
So he doesn't get the practice kick, none of that. Like, Kirby Smart, a phenomenal game. Phenomenal game coached by Kirby Smart.
Yeah, you got to give credit where it's due. I mean, they've been the number one team all season for a reason.
Not all season.
Most of the season.
They did lose
They
it to that.
should have been the number one team all year.
Yes.
Should have been.
I'm just saying we got to report facts on this show. We got a fact checker.
I don't
they
have
weren't
to report facts now. I've got Keith.
They were not number one all year. They should have been.
But they weren't.
But-
Iowa beats the dog shit out of UK 21-0. 2 defensive touchdowns in that game for Iowa.
Shocking. Iowa scored with defense. Shocking. No way.
Well, Will Levis didn't play that game, did he?
I don't think.
No,
There's no way he played that game.
I don't think he did. I could click on
Tennessee
that right now and find out.
Tennessee looked pretty good against Clemson.
Yes, they did.
with
Who did
that
you ask about,
Milton.
Blake?
Will Levis.
Luke Lachey
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he
was the
did.
QB in that one.
He did not play.
Tennessee beats Clemson 31-14. That
Who
game
did you say was the
Maybe.
quarterback?
Nick Lachey. I don't know. Something Lachey.
Joe Lapis? Joe Lapis is the court for Iowa?
No, Will Levis is the quarterback for Kentucky.
Yeah.
So we're looking at
Oh.
Kentucky.
Destin Wade and Deuce Hogan.
I'm
Destin
confused. Are you guys looking
I
at the
don't
same
know.
fucking
Anyways.
roster?
Anyways,
Like, Jesus, guys.
Tennessee's
who's the
back,
starting
baby.
quarterback?
Destin Wade played most of the game.
I don't know if I
Tennessee's
think
back. at the end of the season,
Well,
they look good
Is,
to end the
is-
season.
is Hooker a senior or is he coming back?
He's coming
no,
back,
he
I'm pretty
is-
sure.
no, it's Milton's program now.
Oh, really?
It's that transfer. I think Booker is a senior.
Hooker.
Booker, whatever his name is, but it's Milton's. They said it several times on that game broadcast that it's his program now because he just transferred. He's got 2 years left, I think.
I just
Yeah.
Googled Hooker and don't do that.
I'm
Your
gonna.
poor wife. Your poor wife.
Hooker
We'll go ahead and
Furniture.
give this one a shout out. Notre
what I
Dame, 21. Notre Dame beats 19 South Carolina Gamecocks, 45-38. Other notable news coming out of that game is that Wake Forest quarterback entering the portal, and a lot of speculation is going to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how Notre Dame looks next year with a new quarterback.
Looking up the transfer portal now to see if there's a list.
There was one game where the quarterback was in the portal, played the game, left the
Yeah,
portal.
McCall. For Coastal Carolina. He was in the portal. He'd say he was going into the portal before the game, played the bowl game, and then has decided he's going to stay at Coastal Carolina. That was so weird that he was in the portal and playing the game, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of weird? Okay, is that as weird, or is Luke Fickell coaching the Wisconsin bowl game even more weird?
That's weird. That was really weird.
Scrapman says number 77, Jags player Unchi said anyone who didn't take the vax should be jailed. I don't know if that's true. Has anyone seen that before or heard that before?
We're not a political show.
Yeah, we're not getting into that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Take the vax, don't take the vax. Just don't give me COVID and don't lick my fucking windows.
I wasn't supposed to do that.
Well, I mean, you can lick those windows because we're no longer at that rental. So, Oklahoma
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah, don't lick those because don't lick those windows.
Contact.
Florida State Seminoles beats Oklahoma Boomer Sooner 35-32. Rick was happy about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Texas falls. This one kind of shocked me. I didn't expect Texas to lose this game, actually. They fall to Washington 20-27.
I watched a little bit of that, but I was taking care of sick kids all day.
Oh, that's right. You were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That guy he's talking about apparently passed away at his house.
What?
The guy that in the chat who was talking about. Apparently he died on the 30th, and he's a former Jacksonville Jaguar. That's what he's talking about.
We'll have to ask Rick about that when he comes on the show. Rick down there passing shit out. Pittsburgh beats UCLA 37-35. Last minute drive for a field goal.
I liked seeing that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was one of the more fun bowl names. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Okay, so just hear me out on this. Why? And obviously I know this game does not defend my argument like the other one, right? Like the LSU Purdue game. But why didn't you put LSU versus UCLA and Pittsburgh versus...
I'm putting it up there so Rob has more motivation to come back.
I like it. Beat that Titan ass. But, you know, like, why? I don't understand. Like, I get it. Pittsburgh won the game, so obviously they knew what they were doing. But, like, doesn't it make more sense to go the other way there? I don't know.
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue how they determine this shit. You know what I mean? Like, beyond the top two games and then the championship, I don't know how the fuck they determine that shit.
So we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the show, Scrapman. It sounds like it was caused actually from the hit.
Yep.
Is from what we have seen. Obviously, none of us are doctors on this show. None of us have PhDs. We can only report what we see, but from what we have heard, it has caused from the hit. It's more of like a baseball injury, right? And more common amongst baseball players, right? Because of line drives and shit.
Right.
So, but yeah, dude, we don't talk any sort of politics on this show. You do you, boo. I want my friends to smoke weed, have guns, get married, do whatever the fuck they want to do.
What I do want to fucking talk about right now.
What
I want to fucking talk about is the disgust I had during the Mayo Bowl. I did not.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Did you see?
Stop.
Hold on, did you see the hat that at the end when they dumped the mayo on the dude?
Yeah.
Okay, and he had this big hat on that like protected his head, and then he thought it was done, so he pulled the hat off, and then like the whole back part of the cooler fell onto his head. Did you see that?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think it was Brady Quinn, or I don't know exactly who the two commentators were on this game. But y'all, guys, they dipped Oreos in mayonnaise and ate it on live television. Oreos, America's favorite chocolate cookie.
I now have a punishment for Game of the Week
mayonnaise. I'm not joining that league now.
No, you are.
You guys have the punishments.
You are.
I just can't do it.
You are.
I can't do it.
Rick, so when you watch this show, you have to give Ryan and I a Game of the Week matchup because the loser must eat 5 Oreos after fully dipping said Oreos into a thing of mayonnaise.
I will vomit.
It was Brock Osweiler, by the way.
Brock Lobster, that's right. Fear was not a factor.
I love that Danny's waxing made the fucking opening video. So funny, so stupid. No Thursday night game this week.
No, we got Saturday, we got Sunday, and that's it.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, we only got one game on Saturday, one game on. No, 2 games on Saturday.
2 games Saturday.
3:30 and 7:15, right?
Yep.
So we got Chiefs, Raiders, and then Titans, Jags. We'll go ahead and throw this back on the screen somewhere.
Oh boy, Scrap Man's into that Florida meth.
Oh no, Trevor Lawrence taking over. He's had a good season.
Dude, I like him. He looked good.
I got no complaints. I think you got to give Doug Peterson serious props down there this year.
Oh, for sure.
Serious props.
They look good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We'll talk some awards on Friday. How about that?
Full house sounds fun.
Yeah. That'll be fun. We'll have like 6 people.
I think we'll have 6. I think we'll have me, Rick, Danny, you 2, and Robert. Yeah, 6 people.
Wait, math.
What?
Math.
Yeah, we have 3 on the show right now. We're gonna add the other 3 on Friday. 3 plus 3 is 6. I may only have 4 toes, but I can count to 6.
You only have 4?
On 1 foot, yeah. Coach Dougie P, man, we liked that hire though when they did it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like he's running a good program. Did you see the video that Washington put out of Ron Rivera telling Reeves he made the Pro Bowl?
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yes, that was
Such a good video. Such a good video.
Ron Rivera has coached that team kind of well.
Are you jagging off, Keith?
Yeah, Keith, stop wanking it out live on camera.
I'm fiddling with this. Sorry.
He's fidgeting with his spinner.
Fidgeting.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap this up. We're back on Friday. Back on Friday.
Yep.
Friday.
Did you see
what?
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell dropped 71 points
because against the Bulls.
The Bulls.
Did you see he cheated though?
Oh yeah, he should have been called. That whole game was like the worst officiated
game. Yeah.
Yep. 71. Guess who got a PED test today? The Cavs.
No way.
That's too funny. Scrapman goated. Scrapman, dude, we love you. We hope that you check us out on Friday. We'll be back. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Merch link is in the description below if you guys want to rock a BAM Sports Show t-shirt or a koozie when you're keeping your fingers cold or warm or whatever the fuck it is that you do as you drink. Outside of that, boys.
Thanks for the subscribe.
Subscribe. See you guys on Friday.
Yep,
Peace.
We'll see you.